Hello, welcome back to Stadium Stories. I'm Christy Lear, Manager of Athletic Communications here at St. Leo University, and I'm joined by Ghali from the men's tennis team. Thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to get to know you a little bit more and have everyone else meet you.
Thank you for having me.
You're an all-conference player on the men's team, but you're also from Morocco, so I have so many questions about if you have siblings, how did you pick the states and specifically St. Leo to play tennis, and how did you even get into tennis? So we'll start at the very beginning first. What's Morocco like? Is the school system similar? Is tennis always in the picture as a kid? Could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay, so I'm from Casablanca, Morocco. About the school system, it is kind of similar here. High school, I guess, it's the same, but it gets kind of different in college. I would say that it's more flexible here in terms of schedules. In Morocco, the school system is kind of similar to in France. So once you're in college, you kind of dedicate your whole life to studying, and you basically have no time for yourself. And the good thing here is that you study and you have time to play the sport you love. You have time for yourself. So I would say the major difference is flexibility in terms of having time for yourself and playing tennis, I guess.
Yeah. So you had mentioned to me before you played soccer, you call it football, and then somehow picked up tennis. Could you tell us that story?
Yeah, sure. So I grew up playing football a lot. That's my passion. I've always played football, but my parents always thought that it was not a safe sport. So yeah, I was getting injured a lot, always coming to the house with bruises and stuff.
So there's a reason they thought it was. Yeah. You kept it.
So they were like kind of looking for an excuse for me to find a safer sport. And yeah, one day I got injured like pretty bad in my ankle, and then my dad just says, okay, let's find another sport. And then we go to this club. There was like a lot of sports in there, and then I find tennis, and my dad goes, oh, why don't you give it a try? And then yeah, I tried, I had a tennis lesson, and then fell in love with it, and ever since I just kept playing tennis.
That's awesome. Yeah. Did you know, obviously once you started practicing, getting better, did you know you wanted to play collegiate tennis?
Yes, I've had a lot of friends who did the same thing, came to college after high school, played tennis. So, and then once I knew that was possible, I put that in my head. I was like, oh, I'll aim for that as well. So yeah, I kept practicing, getting better, playing tournaments, getting a good ranking. So yeah, and then once I graduated from high school, I kept playing tennis for a year before deciding to come into college, and then yeah.
Well, you're pretty competitive, like I said earlier. You are an all-conference player twice, and the program wins a lot. What about the Sunshine State Conference, and specifically here at St. Leo, kind of feeds that competitive nature of yours?
I guess there's a lot of good teams in our conference. It's one of the toughest conferences in the nation, and yeah, there's a lot of good players. And coming to St. Leo, I knew it was going to be a team where I'm going to get better and play against good players and keep improving. So yeah, our team is very competitive. We have a lot of good players, always pushing each other to get better every day. So yeah, that helps a lot, and that's, I guess, one of the main things of kind of showing to prove how good our program is. And yeah,
there's a lot of energy down there at the St. Leo tennis courts, and a lot of different languages too. And you're one of lots of international students at St. Leo. What was the transition like from learning English and taking classes in English? Was that a hard transition the first year, or you have it down pretty smoothly at this point?
English has always been there, but I wasn't really confident speaking it, so I didn't have trouble understanding it. But once I came here, it was hard, because I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna be speaking English for like my next 4 or 5 years. So then yeah, I decided to keep like interacting and speaking English to people, and that's how it just gotten better, I guess. And I mean, it's been a challenge for sure, because it's not like I'm speaking my first language, but I get used to it. So yeah. I think it's been pretty well.
Well, besides the tennis courts, I see you at the soccer games, the lacrosse games, all sorts, but you're also in class and doing well. Could you share I don't even know, what is your major and what kind of career goals do you have?
So my major is economics. I'm senior this year. Career goals, I'm planning on doing my master's after I graduate. And after that, we'll see what happens. I don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Economics is such a broad major,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of path that you can pursue after that. So I haven't really gotten time to decide something concrete.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure you'll find something that is broad, but I also know your dedication on the court, I'm sure translates to schoolwork and what your job will be eventually. Since you are this pretty successful student athlete here and kind of thriving, is there any advice you would give to any high school tennis player that also wants to play in college?
I would say that the main advice would be to keep working hard and keep believing in yourself. Also, if you have a dream, work for it, and everything is possible. And also, nothing is easy. So keep working hard and choose wisely.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to share a little bit of your journey. We're really glad you're at St. Leo. We always enjoy the games, no matter how long they go into extra and whatnot, but it's a pretty thrilling sport to be follow and be part of on Twitter and just down at the court. So I know you guys are finishing up fall ball and spring schedule will be out soon, so looking forward to it. And thank you all for joining us for another episode of Stadium Stories here at St. Leo University. Until next week, as always, go Lions.